Hello. Well, here's the reflection portion of my leading video. It says the candidates should provide a summary of the activity and include some of the following: analysis of the response from the focus group and your recommendation to the leadership team for future professional development planning. Well, I like to read some of the responses from the reflections that I made. I asked questions: were the teacher a veteran teacher, and how would they I asked question whether you are a new or a veteran teacher. Then the second question was rate the development from a 1, not effective, to 5, a 3 being somewhat effective and a 5 being very effective. The majority of the responses were 5s, as well as the teachers who participated were veteran teachers. My last question, the third question was, in your own words, briefly state what was helpful. And an overwhelming response, the reflection said that they were helped by being reminded that hope, love, and consistent expectation and encouragement are needed in schools. Wow, now to reflect upon that, is that something that is taught in a professional development? Love, how to encourage, and how to provide hope with consistency to your scholars that you're in charge of. That is not a professional development that I've seen. As a matter of fact, I think that's where a lot of our new teachers, our unseasoned teachers, maybe fall short in reaching some of the more problem or troubled students. And when I say problemed or troubled, it doesn't necessarily mean disciplinary or dealing with the discipline portion or discipline management. Simply those students who may find trouble in themselves on how to relate to the school environment or to others around them. How do you teach a kid to have hope? How do you teach a kid to dream? How do you inspire? That is what I'd like to focus on. Maybe create a professional development on just how to inspire children for their best. Sure, you can teach 2 + 2 is 4, or you can teach the capitals of cities, the importance of rivers to any civilization for a social studies or history aspect. But inspiring children or a child to become lifelong learners, that in and of itself is a professional development that is worthy to be created. Other answers was they were reminded and motivated for reasons why teachers play such an important role, and how continuing to grow as a teacher is imperative. When you as a teacher are pouring out every day, you must refill and recharge. Wow. Again, pedagogy, teaching and learning. How do you translate that to the child? And the reflections, they're all saying the same, that a professional development on how to be an effective leader, how to gain the students' trust, and building positive relationship with the students is a must. More professional developments like that need to be incorporated. How do we inspire? How do we want students to learn? How do we teach those myriad types of learners? How do you reach them? How do you inspire them? How do you reach them? Okay. What was the agenda followed? The agenda of the day was followed. It followed with the presentation about professional development. Why is it important? Why should it be included? What is professional development? So the lesson followed the Prezi. So the agenda was followed. Were the objectives of the meetings met? I would believe they were, with the reflection pieces all based saying that how effective was professional development. They rated it a 5 unanimously. I really appreciate the accolades from my colleagues. That really means a lot. What did the survey evaluation of the meeting reveal regarding time management? Well, one of the things they thought was the embedded TED video, the TED Talk, thought was a little long, but for the most part, everyone enjoyed it. They felt recharged by that inspirational TED Talk from Ms. Linda Cleat Wayman. They were very, very pleased with that. And her 3 slogans that were presented. They felt as though that was something that could be used maybe school-wide to promote more professional development not only with the teachers, but developing professionally our students. How do we develop them into being professionals? Effective communication. Everyone, there was no discord, there was no disorder. Things were done in a timely, professional, and meaningful manner. Listening and relevance of the topic discussed. Again, the TED Talk and the Prezi all dealt with professional development and its importance in a school environment, and how a professional development helps to promote a positive atmosphere, as well as promote student learning. What went well? Well, what I think went well in the as I reflect, the best part of the lesson was the participation. Everyone was actively participating. Everyone sat and listened and learned, and was able to share that as on the parking lot, as well as on the 3 sections that I had cordoned off on the whiteboard. 100% participation. What would I change? Well, what I might change is shortening the TED Talk, and more than likely, my next professional have a chance for more interaction within. Maybe I should have paused the video and had them had an opportunity to have an answer and question period, reflect then what did they think was important. I think that's what I should have done. Between the 3 slogans, after every slogan she talked and made a presentation about a slogan, I should have stopped and had a reflection then about what was important, what do they think was the important piece, what positive reflection could they offer at that point, or what criticism could they give at that juncture, and then have them place their comments, questions, or criticisms on the parking lot or the whiteboard piece. What surprising information was revealed throughout this experience? What was revealed that I think was most important was that these teachers were actually willing to engage in more professional development. Oftentimes, as a teacher, I've sat back in professional developments and I watched the eyes rolled, the heavy breathing, the sighs, the sidebar comments. Oh my God, when is this going to be over? But with this experience, everyone seemed to be engaged. They wrote notes. They seemed like maybe I brought something to them that they had never heard before. And it was a room full of veteran teachers. So I, at that point, was very impressed with that. And I hope that the professional development I brought to them really spoke to them and would enlighten as well as renew something in them. How would this experience transform my practice as a school administrator? Well, again, making sure that my teachers are provided opportunities for professional development, giving them all of the opportunities that they need to be their best, looking at the data, most importantly, looking at the data and providing professional development for those areas that need improvement. All areas need improvement. However, some maybe more than others. Maybe for the mathematics, maybe amp up math, get them to professional development where they can find ways to motivate students. Most students have a form of math anxiety or phobia when it comes to mathematics. They feel as though they can't do it. So amp up math offers teachers engaging ways to meet the needs of those students who feel as though math is just not their best subject. For the literacy component, read 180 or read 360. Then they have literacy all around. So those programs would definitely help the English teachers raise the reading levels of the students. And by raising the reading levels, you're thereby raising the level of expectations of the teachers and the students in the classroom. My most important thought about reading and literacy is that the tests that they take, whether it's math, science, social studies, or ELA, that in essence is a reading test. So if those students are trained in the ways of reading and they know how to read effectively, I believe that those assessments that they're faced with will have no power over them. The students will be very, very successful. And I do plan to offer my teachers under my command, under my administration, every opportunity to engage in professional development, to develop them professionally. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.